Hello, welcome back to Sunshiny Country, folks. Hope you're enjoying your day. Today we're going over the Japanese beetle and how to get rid of it naturally and without putting out the traps. We used traps the last couple of years, but we're trying it this year where we're not putting out a trap to see if it'll not bring in so many of them. I mean, it does catch. The traps are effective and it does catch, but it seems like it brings in such a swarm of them. So far, it is mid-June this year, and we've had some come in, but not hordes of them. You can see them there in the video. Just right there and there, and there was more this morning. I've been doing this process of spraying them down and picking them off, and in most cases it will kill them even if you don't pick them off. Just make sure you coat them down good. I did spray some this morning, like I said, and I've collected up some just to see if they would die here. And these were sprayed, sorry about the focus there. And these were sprayed just this morning, about 10 minutes ago, and they're no longer moving. So let me show you the concoction we've been using, that Sunshine has been using for a while here. Is her formula. So basically it says soap on here, but it's a mixture, and this is a 26-ounce spray bottle. You can get anywhere. It's a wide mouth, but it doesn't have to be. But all we do is use some of this peppermint soap here. Has to be the Castile brand. That's the only one we found that worked. The Dr. Bronner's Castile brand. And then also just some regular Dawn. It can be off, you know, it doesn't have to be the actual Dawn brand. This is a kind of a Dawn Kroger brand type Dawn. And mix it together. I use about 2 teaspoons of this in a 26-ounce, and about a half to maybe a teaspoon of the Dawn, and that just helps it work even better. But it's not strong enough to where it's affecting the plant itself. So we've been spraying. See, the plant's a little bit wet there, and it doesn't burn the plant. But you still want to do this in the morning or late evening, mainly for the reason of that, so that this has time to dry just in case, or the bugs are more dormant at that time, so they're not as active or moving to where they would try to escape when you get close to them. So that's the best time to do this. Right now it's early morning, it's just a little bit after 6 o'clock right now, and I've been doing this every day to catch the beetles, and it's carpenter bee. But catch the beetles and get rid of them, and hopefully it'll keep it from totally destroying our grapevine this year. This grapevine has grown back, and it was totally destroyed last year from the beetles, and we had traps out like far away from the plants that we didn't want them on. Even on the fruit trees over there, we had the traps farther away. It did catch, but it still brought in such a swarm that the entire grapevine was just totally destroyed. So we'll see how it works this year, and come back towards the middle of summer and show you if it worked or not. All right. All right, I am back. So just going to show you the process here. That's basically just spray. Just make sure it's on the kind of the fan pattern. Normally you have to pump it a few times. Some sprayers do, and make sure the fan pattern is spraying like a fine mist there, so that it coats them and without knocking them off of the leaves, so that you can get a good coating on them. If you don't get a good coating, it may not kill them. So just kind of stay a little bit far away from them. I'd say at least 8 inches. You can get closer if you need to, because it won't knock them all out here. If you need to get closer to get the ones under the leaves, under the leaves there. And so just get a good coating, a few pump spray. And you really want to focus on these that are mating, because that's just going to bring in more beetles later, because after they mate and eat, they'll just go and lay the eggs back into the ground. And that's going to bring in other pests you don't want as well, and the larvae eats also your grass, so, and other things you don't want them to eat. So getting up higher on the ladder here just to get a closer look. This one is a breeding pair here. So you really want to coat them down good. Coat the other ones. And really you're just spraying it like this. And let them simmer in it. And then you can go and pick them off just to make sure they're not alive anymore. But if not, then if you coat them enough like this, then it will kill them within a few minutes. Each one's probably different, but I'll say within about 5 minutes they'll turn out like these. So they're not moving anymore. So even if they fall off in the ground, see, none of these are moving now. So they'll die eventually. Alright, I hope that helps you out. This is just another method we're using this year, and we're going to see if it'll help us out. And as you can see here, there's a lot of beetles laying around on the ground here. Of course, the ants are having a field day with them now, but that's the result of the peppermint spray. And you don't even really have to pick them off, I found out. It's just spray them and smother them with it, and it kills them. It doesn't harm the plant. See, these haven't fallen off yet, but they were sprayed yesterday, and it didn't take them a day to finally die. They were still, that little pincher thing is still clinging onto the leaf there. Probably, like I said, within 5 minutes or less, I know most of them are just dead when they get it smothered with it. So, and see the plants here, and of course, do at your own risk, do your research, but the mix I'm doing, or we are doing, hasn't seemed to harm our plants very much at all, really. Let's walk over to the peach trees and stuff. And these I just sprayed this morning. Just this morning. You can see just a few minutes ago I just walked inside to refill the bottle. And you can see here that they are not moving anymore. And they are dead. There's one I missed here, looks like. Yeah, that's a pair here that I missed. So I'm going to go ahead and hit those. And when we come back, looking at the other trees, those will probably be dead as well. Sorry about the camera thing there, doing one-handed. See, you'll find this pair again here. There they are. And I have to be up on a ladder here. So see, I'm closer this time because they're underneath another leaf. See, they've been eating on this tree before we started using this mix. And that's really all you need, just coat them down. And when we come back, those will probably be dead. We have some up here that are dead now. Falling right out of the tree if the wind blows it or whatever. Another one there, just sprayed. See, the bubbles are still there. So, seems to work really well. So if you still have a problem with adult beetles eating your trees up, instead of putting out those traps, you can try this method. You'll have to do it, like I said, at dusk and dawn each day to try to control it. But it seems like since we've been doing this, the plants will have a chance to survive. See, most of these lower leaves, because they always seem like they got to get up high first and then they start to eat their way down. But these lower leaves, most of them are untouched pretty much. So plants are faring better this year than last year, and we had several traps last year. Not, like I said, not saying that they don't work, but they will bring in a heck of a lot more of them. So we'll go to the plum tree next. So actually this is the peach tree. Got Alberta peach here. Got one right on it there, eating on the leaf. So we're going to spray it. There it is. So we just sprayed that one. And this one doesn't seem to be as affected. There's another pair here. Looks like one at least there. Hit it real quick And even if they fall off, once that oil gets on them, it stays on them. Plus the Dawn will help it stick to the body of the beetle as well. It's one of our other fruit trees. I believe this one's a pear. I think the last one was actually over there. That's not a peach. And none of these seem like they don't really like to eat these. The apples and the pears here. Not yet, at least. It's not their choice, since they have the other ones to go to. So yeah, so like I said, it's been controlling these population down pretty good, just doing this twice a day. And try to keep these adult beetles off. I know there's videos on how to kill the grubs, but if you still have issues with adults coming in, especially, you know, you can't do other people's properties either, so coming in from other areas, then you have to treat the adults as well, and this is one good way to do it. All right, signing out for Sunshiny Country. Have a good one.